right, so this is day 2 of 8 movements. You can still do the 3 to 5 rounds, same as day 1. We're shooting for 30 seconds to a minute, except for the very last exercise, which is going to be 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm going to start from the very top. Superman's, it's really good for the lower back. If you experience any sharp shooting pains, that's usually not a good sign. It should be like a burn. It should be kind of like a cumulative burn. So if it's ever sharp in shooting, feel free to shoot me a text and we can adjust accordingly. So first exercise, 30 seconds. You're gonna go ahead and lay down on the ground. A couple different ways you can do this, but I'm just gonna give you the basic version now. You're gonna keep your feet, toes pointed down, planted on the ground, so you don't want your feet to elevate off the ground. And what we'll do is I'm actually gonna have you create an L with your elbows. Hands are gonna be right by the ears. And what you're gonna do is, in this position, first movement is flexing your butt, and you're raising your torso up off the ground. Just like that. Okay, so for 30 seconds, it's really working the lower back, the glutes, and because your arms are in that L position, it's gonna work your upper back as well. Keep your chin tucked. You don't wanna be doing this. You wanna keep the chin down, shoulders down and back. Okay, so for 30 seconds, here we go. Yeah, I definitely feel this in the upper back, back of my shoulders, lower back, really making sure your glutes, your butt is flexed. Okay. Next movement is going to be floor crunches. So a lot of times when people do a crunch, they go like this, and they round their back. What we want to do is keep your shoulders back the whole time, and pretend like there's a string pulling your chest up toward the ceiling. You're just going straight up. So hands can be behind your head to support your neck. If this hurts your neck too bad, let me know. It's only 30 seconds, so it shouldn't be too bad. A way to make it harder is keep the elbows back the entire time. And the way it looks is you're just going up just ever so slightly, keeping your back straight. So I don't expect you to come into a full sit-up. Even if you come up like a centimeter up off the ground, just that small little movement right there really flex the stomach, okay? So for 30 seconds, we're gonna do this. Here we go. If this starts to hurt your lower back, one thing to think about is you can also tilt the hips up a little bit. Just that small little tilt hip will put a little bit more pressure on your stomach. So this shouldn't really be hurting your lower back, and if it does, let me know. But again, if your back is arched and you just tuck the hips up, it's called a posterior pelvic tilt. If you just do that a little bit, it should help take any strain off the lower back. Okay, so now we're gonna be standing up, and we're gonna do some bicep curls with a dad's band. And both feet down, the harder it's gonna be. If you wanna make it harder than that, you just widen the feet. And to make it easier, you just take one foot off. And to make that easier, then you just get a little bit lower. Okay, so for 30 seconds, we're gonna do bicep curls. And, oh yeah, same thing with the tricep extensions. Upper arm is locked in place, elbow in at the side. And instead of going down, you're going up. So it's just this small motion right here. Make sure the shoulders don't protract. You're gonna keep them down and back, stay nice and strong in your back. Okay, so here we go. 30 seconds of bicep curls. Also, it's really important to kind of watch your head position. Easy to do this or this. Try and keep everything locked in place, like military posture. Oh yeah, also don't forget butt flexed, belly button pulled in to help align the spine. Cool. All right, next movement. You can use your couch, you can find a chair. A lot of people, when they try and do a squat, they mess it up. You don't even think about doing a squat. All you're doing is just sitting down like you normally sit down. So just sit down like you normally would, and then you stand up just like you normally would. So a lot of times if someone's trying to do a squat, they're trying to keep their back straight. But if you're doing a squat and keeping your back straight, then your knees are gonna pass your toes. So you always wanna pretend like there's an invisible mirror. Not even a mirror, sorry, a window that goes from your toes all the way up. So you don't want your knees to hit the mirror or the window. So it's just like physics. When your fulcrum or your hips, when you stick your hips back, your torso is gonna go forward. So that is gonna be a squat. So without making it too complicated, shoulders, hips, knees are all gonna be relatively close to each other. You can even have your feet out a little bit more. You're just gonna sit down, don't let your knees pass your toes, and then just stand up. So it's just that small little motion. As soon as your butt touches the couch or the chair, or not even touching anything, you can just do a small little movement. It doesn't need to go super high. But again, not letting the knees pass the toes. Weight's gonna be on the heels, okay? So 30 seconds, this is definitely a form movement. So if you feel iffy, shoot me a text. Okay, 30 seconds, here we go. I'll do it from the side. And then at the very top of that squat, flex the butt. It's the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. Flex the butt, keep the ears in line with the shoulders. Just this. Do you hear my hip popping? Okay, all right. So sit down squats. Oh, actually that one I have for a minute. You can still do 30 seconds to a minute on that one though. Bike abs. It's gonna be for the stomach, and it is very similar to doing your crunches, except it's opposite knee to elbow. So for 30 seconds, it is going to look like this. You're extending, you're going opposite sides on this one. So you're in the elevated crunch position. If that feels too challenging, then you can lay down, come into one side, come into the other side, and then you're just alternating that way. This should not hurt your lower back. If it does, really keep that belly button pulled in. You can also do this, where you're keeping your feet elevated, just like that. Okay, so that is 30 seconds of bike abs. Next one is going to be the Arnold press, which, Dad, is going to be extremely good for your shoulder. This is extremely challenging. Wow.
What?
My Apple Watch thought it said witchcraft. Yeah, weird. So anyways, never mind. You can just, we'll edit this stuff later. So Arnold press. Shoulders down and back. You want your fingernails to face you. So you're keeping your arms at an L position, 90 degrees. You don't want them to be down here. Ideally here. Fingernails are facing you. And then you're gonna rotate so that the weight is gonna be in line with your ears. And then you're extending up above your head, back down, and then back forward. So from the front position, right here, rotate, press up, and then right back in. All right, and if this starts to get too challenging, the press, then you can just focus on doing this motion, which is still very effective. It's great for kind of a rotator cuff warm up and movement. Okay, so for 30 seconds, we're gonna do the Arnold press. Here we go. And then anytime you press above your head, you really want to make sure your belly button is pulled in. And then notice, you don't want the weights to be up here. A lot of times people do that. You want the weights to be above the crown of your head. I'm assuming that they're in that position. Are they? Yep. Okay, so butt flex, belly button pulled in, pressing right above you. If that is a mobility thing, you can do this. Go one side at a time to make it a little bit easier. These are 5-pounders. Even 5-pounders are tough. This is a hard exercise. Okay, next movement, band pull aparts. So you're gonna grab onto the resistance band that you just use for your bicep curls. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just tuck the handle in to the band. And then you're gonna grab onto both, just like so. And, did I just mess it up? Yeah. So you're gonna do it this way. So you're gonna be having the extra fabric on the ends here. And then if you wanna make it harder, You just wrap around one time, and this is the band pull apart. Still too easy, then you just wrap around one more time. You just keep wrapping, and to make it easier, that is gonna be probably too easy for you guys. But anyways, on this one, again, shoulders down and back, just like someone's pulling your ribs down. It's going to be in this position, that's the starting position. So you wanna keep the band always really taut, and then you're gonna end up, one of the hands are going to extend out. So this is midline, you're gonna hyperextend a little bit above the midline, or build past midline. So it's just this position right here. Man, this is a burner, just holding this band, it's working. So it's working the back of the shoulder, medial deltoid, as well as your traps. So you're probably gonna feel a lot back here, but it's okay. And if you need to take rest, then you can, but if you're really tight here, then it can be aggravating, but it should be good. So for 30 seconds, here we go. Timer's going. Keeping your butt flexed, belly button pulled in, and your front vantage point looks like this. Just that small little pulse movement.